It is possible to visit every Caltrain station except Stanford in one calendar day. You'd have to take the early morning train out of San Francisco, which leaves at 5 past midnight. It will stop at Broadway, because it's still considered Sunday night in train service. Then once you make it to Diridon, spend the night there, and take the first bus to Gilroy. You should make it in time for a South County connector. Then just remember to go to College Park when it's served, and you're done. The lowest number that is a Muni, AC Transit, Samtrans, and VTA bus route is 57. When using the full name, Berryessa North San Jose is the only BART station with a J in the name. There are no stations with a Q or X, and 3 with a Z. One of which is El Cerrito Plaza, which is just 2 blocks away from the Alameda and Contra Costa County border. 19th Street used to have a Subway restaurant inside the station. Yes, that's right, a Subway in a Subway. AC Transit buses 73, 90, and 98 all run along avenues with the matching number in Oakland. West Dublin Pleasanton has 2 parking garages, one on each side of Interstate 580. Muni's 6 and 21 buses were merged on June 21st. Pleasant Hill Contra Costa Center is the longest name for a BART station, with a staggering 33 characters. When a one-car Muni Metro train pulls into a subway station, only one of the 2 departure boards flashes. Montgomery BART station has a track switch just before the station, which allows trains to turn around there. This used to happen at peak hours and sometimes during service disruptions. Here's what a Montgomery train looks like. MacArthur, when viewed from above, is asymmetric. The covered area at platform level is not in the middle of the station. You'll never look at that station the same way again, and for that I am absolutely not sorry at all. SFO Airport is the BART station with the highest floor number, with the platforms located on the 5th floor of the airport's Garage G. The concourse and air train platforms are on the 7th floor. Jack London and Emeryville are arguably more important stations for Amtrak in the East Bay, but what Richmond has on both of them is a direct BART connection. However, it was decided to not have the Coast Starlight stop at Richmond because it's scheduled to get in at 10 p.m. That was deemed to be too close for comfort, as if it arrives past the end of BART service hours past 1 a.m., then the station would be closed. Speaking of Amtrak, despite the tracks crossing, Fremont BART and Fremont Amtrak are 2 separate stations located nearly 2 miles apart. It takes 11 minutes to travel between them by bus. On a related note, Hayward has a Greyhound stop just outside the station, which means that Greyhound has more BART connections than Coast Starlight. Let's do some quick maths. Muni's 15, 30, and 45 buses all run together for some time, all 3 numbers being exactly 15 apart. Likewise, AC Transit 6, 12, and 18 all run roughly parallel to each other. Sticking with multiples of 6, 24th Street Mission is right next to El Farolito, a much-loved taco store whose owner also runs an amateur football club. This team has had its fair share of upsets in the US Open Cup, including winning the whole thing in 1993. In the past couple years, they've claimed victories against the youth teams of Portland Timbers and Real Salt Lake, as well as USL Championship side Monterey Bay. Muni has a secret bus route, number 88. Nowadays it's used whenever Muni operate a BART replacement bus, and it also spent some time being used as a very short peak hour shuttle from Balboa Park. There are 5 urban rail stations in California alone called Civic Center, as well as the BART and Muni station, which I'm counting as 1. There's 1 on the VTA Light Rail, 1 on the San Diego Trolley, and 2 on the LA Metro. Daly City is the only station on the BART network with 6 different bus operators. It's the border of Muni and Samtrans, but Commute.org also stops here, as do some local shuttles. Similarly, El Cerrito del Norte has the most unique bus operators of any East Bay BART station with 5, owing to its proximity to Interstate 80. They are AC Transit, Golden Gate Transit, Soul Trans, Vine, and Westcat. Glen Park is well known as a brutalist architectural landmark, so much so that an application was put forward to list it on the US National Register of Historic Places. As far as I can tell, they didn't make the cut. Quite a shame. South is the most common compass direction in a BART station name, with 3 different stations using it, the earliest of which was here at South Hayward. You're probably aware of the VTA Rapid 500 bus, but before Berryessa opened, Route 181 ran from Diridon to here at Warm Springs. Also, before Warm Springs opened, it ran all the way to Fremont Station. These routes marked the last time VTA bus routes ever entered Alameda County. The Blue Line, when it first opened, was a direct service between Dublin and today's Yellow Line, before it eventually got routed into San Francisco. Also, it would spend some time on weekends going to MacArthur Station, making the Yellow Line the only line in the Transbay Tube. In terms of straight line distance, Antioch Station is closer to the nearest SAC-RT station than it is to Millbrae Station. 12th Street is not the most important street served by 12th Street Station. That would be 14th Street. It'd be like Times Square subway station in New York being called 40th Street, not 42nd. Milpitas BART has an inconsistency with how George and Gracie voice announcements. Normally, Gracie does odd platforms, and George does even ones, but here at Milpitas it's the reverse. Meanwhile, Milpitas VTA station is one of 3 in the city of Milpitas, and it's actually the closest one to the border of Milpitas. Yet obviously had to have that name to symbolize the BART connection. Before that opened, it was called Montague. Bayfair Station is spelled as 2 words despite the mall it is named for being just Bayfair 1 word, without the space. In fact, BART alerts will often refer to the station as Bayfair 1 word. And finally, the first ever train station in the Colma area, opening circa 1863, was called Schoolhouse. The name got changed to Colma very soon after, which is quite a relief, otherwise we'd have ended up with